All right, let's see about editing this guy back inside Photoshop and then having him update inside our InDesign document. So I'm just going to flip back to Photoshop here. And, you could apply any sort of edit that you want. You could apply a filter or some special effects or some color correction or whatever the heck you want. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave it up to you. I think what I'm going to do for my example is I'm going to apply a duotone effect, one of the effects that I showed you earlier. So you're welcome to apply this to your images as well and follow me along. What I'm going to do is inside the bottom of the layers palette, I'm going to go and throw in a hue saturation adjustment layer. And then inside the adjustments panel, I'm going to turn on that colorize option down towards the bottom and just kind of make some kind of an interesting effect like this, which again is a technique I showed you way back when. So maybe I'll wind up with something like this, right? That looks kind of cool. Okay, so make whatever edit you want to your Photoshop file. Again, apply a filter, apply an effect, do something like I've done here. That's perfectly fine. And then all I'm going to do here, I don't have to resave it as a .psd or anything like that. All I'm going to do is simply save the file. So I'm just going to hit Command S here on the Mac or Control S over on the PC side. That's it. And then go ahead and flip back over to InDesign. Now, sometimes, I've seen this in the past, sometimes InDesign updates right away, which is awesome, right? So in other words, I flip back over to InDesign and the file is already updated. It looks like it does back in Photoshop, right? Which is awesome. But then other times it doesn't for some strange reason. And I haven't been able to figure out why it works sometimes and why it doesn't work. But anyway, if it doesn't work, here's what we need to do inside InDesign. All we need to do is simply update the file. And we're going to do that through InDesign's links panel. So head up to the window menu up at the top and then look for links about halfway down. Okay, great. Now, inside the links panel, I'm going to get a list of all of the files that I've imported into the current InDesign document. And what I see here is bridge.psd. That guy's selected. But I also have this warning here. It's telling me that this file has been modified and that I should double click to update the file. We'll do that in just a second. I want to show you a couple of other neat things here. So with this file selected, I get this link info area down towards the bottom of the links panel. So what I see here is the name of the file, the file format, the color space, the status. The status currently is modified, the file size, and so on and so on, right? So some useful information down here. Now, if I double click on bridge.psd, or in other words, the file name, that info area disappears. So that's kind of a shortcut to bring up that little link info area at the bottom of the links panel. Kind of cool. Now, what I want to do though, is I want to double click on this yellow warning towards the right, double click on that guy, and then my image updates inside my InDesign document, just like that. So that's really all there is to it. Make your changes inside Photoshop, save the file, again, Command S or Control S, a straight save, if you will. Head back over to InDesign, and if you don't see your file updating, head into the links panel and look for any warnings. And then, of course, just double click those warnings, and they update inside your InDesign document.